What's going on, everybody? It is Saturday, June the 17th, 2023, 2:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One more time! Yes! Who is the worst character in the Halloween franchise, and how do we measure that? What's our litmus test? How are we coming to that conclusion? So lots of different ways to do it. Yes, yes, yes! Happy weekend, everybody! One more time! Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, ching, ba ba wow, 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 chi la la, ba ba boom, ba boom, boom, bing, ba ba ba, ba ba boo, ba ba ba, bee, ba ba boo, ba ba boo, ba ba ba, bee, ba ba boo. Oh, we'll check in on the Billy campaign in a moment as well. Happy Saturday, everybody, and happy early Father's Day. It's Father's Day tomorrow, isn't it? Isn't it Father's Day tomorrow? I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Hang on a sec. Father's Day 2023. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Father's Day, so happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out there in the world. I'm not a father to a human. I am a father to a little fur Veda was in here, but when I start yapping and talking like this, hey, what's going on? Boom, bing, bang, boom, ba 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 boo boo. You know, like some 60s DJ. She tends to leave. But I guess, you know, I'm her dad. That counts, right? That counts. And every Father's Day, she's crazy. She goes out, she gets me something, she gets me a card, she comes back, she gives the card. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. So yeah, happy early Father's Day to all the dads out there. Saturday, June 17th, 2023, 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name's Dave McCrae, coming to you live from the Voice Man Studios in Toronto, Canada. And who are the worst characters in the Halloween franchise? We'll talk about that, and then we'll I thought I heard her coming in again. And then we'll see what's going on with the Billy campaign. Things are strong. Things are looking good. There is 2 weeks left, 14 days. Actually, that's going to change over to 13 days at about 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. So as you can see, time's a ticking. I will have more information for everybody about the watch along next Saturday, a week today. The Black Christmas It's Me Billy watch along. We're planning on doing that. Lynn Griffin has agreed to join us. So that's great. Victoria Miro may be in the house as well. So that's exciting. But I will have more information on that probably obviously this coming week. I'll have more information on that. So that should be exciting. That'll be a lot of fun, actually. It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, who are the worst characters in the Halloween franchise? Well, let's just jump right into it. Okay. So there's many different ways that you can measure this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like some people might say, well, the worst character for me is John Strode. But a few weeks ago, I was talking about some of my favorite characters in the Halloween franchise that are not Laurie, Michael, Loomis, or Jamie. And I had John Strode on the list. And I said, well, yeah, he's an awful human being, but he's a great character in the sense of like he is the actor did a great job. It was well written. It was well performed. It was a great character, but at the same time, depending on how you're measuring it, it could also be he's one of the worst characters. But then what do you mean by worst, right? Because obviously, he's great because you love to hate him. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can even, I mean, all these characters really, I guess, could fall into that category. Even Ronnie from Rob Zombie's Halloween, you could throw him into that, because when you think about it, this is the story, right? It's Michael Myers who's grown up as a kid in a white trailer trash, fucking incestual sort of fucking environment. And well, if that is the story, then the actor playing Ronnie, and that's it, he's doing a great job. You love to hate him, right? Oh, come over there and skull fuck the shit out of you. So it's not like that character is in the original Halloween where he's completely out of place, right? Where you're like, yeah, that doesn't really fit into this world. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be different. But again, it depends on what we're measuring, right? It depends on sort of how we're looking at it. So for the sake of keeping things moving here on the live stream, because this is not a pre-recorded video, so it's not like I had this planned out and, we'll just talk about just in a general sense, let's not get too nitty gritty into the details. You're more than welcome to do that into the comment section below if you're watching after the fact. Of course, feel free to knock yourself out and do that. Absolutely 100%. But you don't have to do that. Because today I'm just going to be talking about sort of just general, just kind of like, oh my God, characters. You know what I mean? Just kind of keep it, And maybe I'll explain why individually, and maybe there's, some nuance there and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's so many different ways to measure it, so many different ways that, you could go about it. You know what I'm saying? So let's start with Ronnie. Why not? I mean, yeah, this is, I think what makes this character so like hated and like, oh my God, is that, we had never seen a character like this before in the Halloween franchise. Now, it does make sense when you think about the type of Halloween 07 is, right? White trailer trash family. Well, I would expect that. It would be weird if it was a middle-class suburban American family and he was just one of the siblings. You know what I mean? Or no, it's one of the siblings. He was the dad, right? That would be weird. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, why is it? Just doesn't really fit, but it does fit into what Rob Zombie was trying to say. The problem I have with it, and I think the problem a lot of people have with Ronnie, and I'm right there with you, by the way. Okay, I'm right there with you. That's why he's on the thumbnail. Is that the identity of what Halloween was had suddenly become just a Rob Zombie movie. And listen, every director, every filmmaker has their style. They have certain things that they like to do, signatures, that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But I think what threw everybody for a loop was we're watching this and we're like, why does Rob Zombie always why is there always a white trailer trash angle to every movie he does? Again, I don't know if it's every movie, but it's enough movies that it's like, is this just what he likes to do? Did he grow up in a white trailer? I don't know. And I'm being honest. I don't know. Did he? I don't know. Did he come from a really poor white sort of kind of trash family? I don't know, because it seems like, every movie he does, it's always got these kinds of characters, oh yeah, fuck you, bitch. It's like they're, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not knocking it. Well, I guess I kind of am. I mean, it's not my style, but you got to do what you got to do. But I think it wasn't just Ronnie that surprised us. It was just the foundation for what this the new type of universe that this Halloween film was in. It was like, oh, this is what's happening, and so you, okay, you know what I'm saying? And it was everything, and you got Ronnie, and it just kind of, so it was like, this isn't like all of a sudden we've gone from this middle class, and obviously it was intentional, but yeah, I agree that Ronnie is definitely one of the worst characters because of that. I guess at the beginning I said I would do it in a general sense, but I guess I am kind of going into a bit of the nuances, because I think you have to in some regards, right? I think you actually have to a degree, but feel free in the comment section below or in the chat room live now to do it in a general sense if you want. Just characters you just don't like or you think are kind of cheesy or corny or whatever. You don't have to go as nitty gritty as I do, because you know how I am from time to time. So yeah, Ronnie definitely, I mean, like I said, I've told the story before. My mother, who was a big Halloween fan, she was 63 years old. I took her to go see it. I wasn't familiar with Rob Zombie's work because his movies like The Devil's Rejects and The House of a Thousand Corpses, I guess I wasn't expecting him to do that. I wasn't expecting, it's just a Rob Zombie Halloween. You know what I mean? I don't think it's out of the realm of, I don't think it's a stretch to say that if Rob Zombie was hired to do an Elm Street remake, he would find some way to make it a white trailer trash film. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it feels, or like Nancy comes from a white trailer trash fucking family. You know what I mean? She's abused. Her father's probably trying to have sex with her. Like totally. And you right now at home are going, yep, totally could see that. So Rob Zombie's got this thing that he does with his movies. All power to you, Rob. That I think it was that identity taken to the Halloween franchise, I think, threw everybody off. So it made Ronnie feel more out of place than maybe people expected, because we're so used to just normal, shit with Halloween, that it just threw everybody off. It's like, I mean, it's literally in the first 2 minutes of that movie, like literally in the first 2 or 3 minutes of that movie is when he says, "I'll crawl over there and skull fuck the shit out of you, bitch." It's like, wow, I will crawl over there and skull fuck the shit out of you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? First 2 minutes of the Halloween remake, right? You're like, okay, so this sort of sets the tone of what to expect here. You know what I mean? Thankfully, it calms a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely one of the worst characters because of all that. It's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? 100%, absolutely. Like, I'll never forget the feeling I had when he said that line. I'm sitting beside my mother and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell are we in for here? Holy jeez. Yeah, needless to say, neither of us liked it. Okay, so he's one of the worst for sure. Another one is Freddie. Absolutely, Freddie. Freddie, I think is how they spell his name in Resurrection. Yeah, it's Busta Rhymes. I mean, obviously, this was a situation. I mean, you could throw Tyra Banks in there as well, but Busta Rhymes definitely, because it just was. Halloween Resurrection was a product of its time. And Survivor was a big deal at that time. The reality show Survivor, I think it's still going, isn't it, or something? I don't know. I was in the summer of 2000. I was on a break from college, and I had got a job at a radio station in Ottawa, and where I grew up. Went to high school there. And that was the summer of 2000. That was the first year for the reality show Survivor. And it was such a big deal. And I remember we actually did, for about a week, we did a remote, it was the morning show. I was part of the morning show. And we did a remote we went to like this. There's this like lake in Ottawa. It's actually a river, but it's big, and actually no, it was Britannia Bay. For those of you that live in Ottawa, you know what I'm talking about. Britannia Bay connects to the Ottawa River. But anyway, so it's so there. I don't know. There was this thing going on where people from the community were doing their own Survivor, and they were out there for like a week, and there was a bunch of radio stations and TV stations. This is I know. For those of you that are probably like, yeah, but this is what it was. It was new. Reality TV was new at that time. Reality TV. Major quotes. But, it was new, right? It was new. And so, it was all hot and all that kind of stuff. So, 2 years later, you have Halloween Resurrection that comes along. And, like there's a line in there that Katie Sackhoff says. It says, you're this close to getting voted off the island. I mean, now, if you didn't grow up at that time, you'd watch this now and be like, the fuck does that even mean? Do you know what I mean? So it was very topical, very sort of pop culture-y, the whole idea of the webcams and all that kind of stuff. Webcams were a big deal at that time. That's when people were first, you're chatting over, chat rooms and MSN Messenger and all that kind of stuff. It's very much of its time. It's a product of its time, which absolutely dates it. And Busta Rhymes was a big rapper at that time. Tyra Banks was huge at that time, right? So, you get them in there to bring, the kids in. You got to get the kids in. Let's get Busta Rhymes in here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get Tyra Banks in here. Now, Tyra Banks is far more tolerable than Busta Rhymes, because Tyra Banks, has some talent on the acting side. But Busta Rhymes, I mean, he was just Busta Rhymes, you know what I mean? And it was just, and that's his character. I mean, that's what they want him to do, right? And but everything from emasculating Michael Myers, you're not Michael Myers, I'm Michael Myers, and putting the finger on his chest and all, you go, all that there, trick or treat, motherfucker, and then kicks him through the fucking window. And it's everything. It's like, there's a deleted scene too, at the very end, where he turns to, what's her name? Sarah, or whatever her name is. And is like, what does he say? Or is that during the actual thing that made there's the scene where he's like, you're looking like fried chicken, Mikey, or something like that. But then he turns, and I think this is part of the deleted scene. He turns and he's like, you big ass, what do you say? You big ass ball busting bitch, or something like. It's a deleted scene, but the fact that was even an alternate take. You big ass. There's another line I'm missing. It's not big ass ball busting bitch. It's big ass something ball busting bitch. You'll probably get it in the chat room here. It's something like that. And it's like, it's just Busta Rhymes being Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? And it just is so corny and cheesy, and it's why we make fun of him here on the channel, right? That's why we make fun of him. The character's just awful. It's just an awful character. Now there was no white trailer trash. It's not like the identity of the Halloween universe suddenly changed. It was just, you brought this rapper in his character was just cheesy and corny, and the movie's not very good. And so it's just, you know what I mean? And drop kicking Michael Myers through a window. I don't care if you're Dr. Loomis. Doing that is emasculating Michael. It's just something that should never. It's just, I mean, what is there to say that really hasn't already been said about it? But yeah, it's bad. He's bad. He's a terrible character. He's an absolutely terrible character. Ronnie's terrible. He's terrible. Tyra's more tolerable, but Tyra's sort of useless, right? I mean, Freddie had more to do. Tyra's just really useless. I know they axed her death scene. I do know that. But yeah, he's just completely useless. Another one, Sheriff Barker. Sheriff Barker is a useless stooge. Now, this is a bit different from somebody like Ronnie, right? Whereas you can look at Ronnie and see, this is what I mean about the nuances of how to break it down. You can look at Ronnie, which is like how I sort of look at John Strode. And listen, as much as I hate Ronnie, because I just don't like turning Halloween into white trailer trash. So it's not just Ronnie. It's everything that surrounds Ronnie for me. But there is an argument to be made. You can look at the character of Ronnie and be like, no, he's actually a great character in the same ways that I actually like John Strode, right? Now, John Strode isn't quite Ronnie, but you can look at it and be like, no, I mean, the actor did a great job, with what he was written, with what was written, great performance. I totally believed he was that kind of scud-sucking piece of shit. I fucking hate it. You love to hate him, right? Oh, fucking Ronnie, man. Oh, there's an argument to be made because it's not his character existing in that world is not out of context from the universe that surrounds him. Do you know what I mean? It really isn't. So you can make the argument that he's actually a great character within the confines of that universe. There is an argument to be made there, but it's everything that surrounds Ronnie. It's not just Ronnie, it's the universe that was created for which Ronnie is allowed to exist. That is the problem for a lot of Halloween fans, right? It's not just that Ronnie's there. I'll say it again because it's the universe that was created, that was allowed to exist. It was the universe that was created for which allowed a character like Ronnie to exist. It's really a lot of things that are firing there. That is the problem. But hey, I don't like the character at all, right? But I also don't like the universe that was created. But with Sheriff Barker, there is no white trailer trash here. It is more of that normal, Halloween universe we're used to, right? And the problem I have with Barker and why he's one of the worst characters for me is because I don't believe him. That's part of the problem is when Hawkins goes and tries to explain. Hawkins, a guy who's been there since the beginning, who's had a run-in with Michael Myers. I don't know why you didn't just make him the sheriff, but anyway, when he comes to you and says, here's what's going on, here's this, here's that. When Barker in Halloween 18 goes, what's that line? He's like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, Michael Myers, what am I supposed to do? Cancel Halloween? And it's like, I don't believe you would be that. I don't believe you would be dismissive like that. Like unless he's just, his character is supposed to be completely incompetent and maybe he's from the big city and he doesn't believe that any of this shit ever happened and he fucking hates Hawkins and Hawkins is always on his tail about shit, or I don't know, but we never dove into that relationship. I didn't see the justification for him to be so dismissive when Hawkins was like I could see him being like, I don't know, like, are you sure about this? I mean, you've been here a long time, man, and Hawkins is like, I am sure. We got to look into this. It's very important. And if you want to write Hawkins as a little skeptical, because it's like, okay, listen, I'll tell you what, I'll make a couple of calls, like that I believe, right? Because the sheriff might be thinking, listen, I'm not going to start, canceling Halloween. I'm not going to start putting up 500 roadblocks. That costs a lot of money, right? A lot of money and manpower. And it's like, I don't know if we have, the resources to do that. Am I going to have to bring in the state police? I could see him being skeptical and sort of maybe that nuance there, right? But the way he's so dismissive and arrogant about it and just so, and he carries that through it all. And then he's only in one fucking scene in Halloween Ends where kind of like, oh, I guess it really, well, actually in Halloween, no, and in Halloween Kills, he's completely useless as well. I think the last time we see him, he's screaming at the camera on the stairwell in the hospital or something. Ah! It's like, what is going on? We do see him with his hat off in Halloween Kills. He's sitting on the stairs and he's kind of like, just sitting there like, oh shit, maybe I should have done something. But he's completely incompetent. He's got no power, no control, no sense of authority, no sense of gravitas. He's completely useless. Now, you talk to David Gordon Green and Danny McBride, and they might be like, well, that's how we wrote him. Okay, but you didn't, for me, and I only speak for myself, okay, that's fair, that's okay, but there wasn't any story beats that allowed us to glom onto that is what was going on with him. He just looked like a dumb character. Where's the nuances and the character beats and moments that allow us to see that he's incompetent through his decisions rather than just existing. Do you know what I mean? Like just an incompetent stooge that just, I need to believe it. I need to see the character. I need to believe it. And I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it with Barker. It just looked like a weak written character, not a strongly written character who was incompetent. Do you know what I mean? I think you know what I'm talking about, right? That's how it sort of felt, was like there was all this, it just felt like, that's why I'm like, you can take Barker out and just make Hawkins the sheriff and you literally lose nothing. Like I just make Hawkins the sheriff and I would believe he would be the sheriff because he's been there for 40 years. If he's still working and he's not a Walmart greeter, why is he just a deputy still? Like I would totally believe that. Like, I understand that they sort of try to explain that in Halloween Kills and everything that goes on and all that. But with Halloween 18 is what, we're talking about here because it was just that one movie. Yeah, you make him the sheriff and all of a sudden, oh yeah, totally. It makes sense. It makes sense from a character arc as well. And then maybe you have like a Larry Vaughn sheriff or a Larry Vaughn Chief Brody situation, which might be interesting. Maybe take Barker out, make him just, I don't know, some useless stooge in the town or something. Make Hawkins the sheriff, and then maybe there's a mayor. The mayor of Haddonfield. We've never met the mayor of Haddonfield, have we? I don't think so. Have we ever met a mayor of Haddonfield? Is it the mayor of Haddonfield? I don't think we have. But make the mayor the stooge. I know it's a bit of an archetypal sort of stereotype. Whatever. It might be kind of fun. And now Hawkins and the mayor are battling. Hawkins is going to the mayor saying, we got to fucking shut this down. And maybe the mayor is like, I don't know, listen, you didn't grow up in this town. I'm telling you right now, that would be interesting. That would be fun. But the sheriff, the chief of police, not taking Hawkins seriously, like to the point where he's just like, and walks away. Like literally that's what he does. He literally does that. He's like, what am I supposed to do? Cancel Halloween? And leaves. Like, what? I don't feel safe in this town. I'm moving. He's the sheriff? I'm just saying. So yeah, there's many different ways that you can measure that, right? And for me, I just didn't believe Sheriff Barker would be the sheriff in this universe. It just feels sort of plot convenient almost in some ways. I don't think he would be that dismissive based on everything that David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are asking of us to believe, right? Now, see, Barker would exist in a scenario. Anyways, I'm going to go on and on and on. But anyways, I think you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, he's one of the worst for sure. Absolutely. I think there's an argument to be made as well that you can even throw in. Obviously you can throw in Tina in there from Halloween 5. Although I feel bad for the actress too, because it wasn't her fault. It really should have been. I don't even think you needed to write her that way. I don't think you needed to have her like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, yes, Tina is traditionally frowned upon. I think had Rachel survived and Tina just remained the same, I think part of the reason why people hate Tina so much too is because they're upset and pissed off that Rachel was killed. And I totally get that. I 100%. So it's not spite, but it's, yeah, they're pissed off. So you're asking me that this is her? She gets a bad rap for sure. And they definitely could have toned down her. Yeah, they could have toned that down. Especially knowing that she was going to be asked to carry the rest of the movie after Carruthers dies. But I don't hate Tina as much as I do like Barker or Ronnie or Freddie. Like I get what people don't like for sure, but Tina doesn't bother me as much because I think it's because, I don't know. I guess maybe there's so many other things in that movie that bother me that maybe Tina's like lower on the rung. I'm not sure. But yeah, she's one for sure. And you know what? I got to go. Let's jump to the original Halloween here. There are some people that I think would point to maybe even Annie. Maybe even Annie is one of the worst characters in the Halloween franchise. And I could understand that. I mean, when you look at her from a certain point of view, she's kind of vain, she's kind of, I don't know. I guess she has that because Laurie is her friend. She has that permission and authority to poke fun at her. But there's kind of, a few lines. Poor Laurie scared another one away. Ouch. You know what I mean? Like, ouch. When you think of it on a certain level, ouch, right? Now, Laurie, because she's introverted and passive and kind of sweet and virginal, right? She doesn't, I don't think she would have the courage to speak up to Annie and be like, Annie, don't say that. I'm shy. I'm a virgin. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to scare another one. Annie's kind of a bitch. She's kind of got that, she kind of has that about her. And I mean, I love the character. I do. In the same ways I love John Strode because, you love to hate him, right? I don't love to hate Annie at all. I mean, John Strode and Annie are on two completely different levels, obviously. But there is an argument to be made. I have heard people say that they don't like Annie as a character because of those little things. She seems so like, whatever, poor Laurie scared another one away. Guys think I'm too smart. I don't. I don't. Oh, okay. I think it's tragic. Now you're seeing men behind bushes, or whatever she says. You know what I mean? It's just that, I don't know. Would Annie really be there to save her? You know what I'm saying? Would Annie put herself in danger to save Laurie? I don't know. Would she? I don't know. Now, Laurie puts herself, because Laurie, she wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she went over there. She fucking sacrificed her life, went across the street, went into that house for her friends. Would Annie have done the same thing? Would Annie have done that? Now, I get that that's also part of the story. Before anybody in the comment section or, is like, well, actually, I totally get that the whole point of these archetypes or the whole point of these, well, yeah, I guess you can call them archetypes too from a certain point of view. But the whole point is that Laurie is the one who survives, and she's the one that's very perceptive and notices this because her friends are vain, distracted, into boys, sex, self-centered, egotistical. Like that is part of the whole kind of thing that's going on there, right? That sort of stereotype. So, it totally works, right? But there's something about just the idea, you know what I mean? Or there's something about it when you think of it from a realistic point of view, like, wow, what a kind of a mean friend. You know what I mean? It's like, gee, so, and I know that there are people out there that are not big fans of Annie, like in terms of as a character, right? They're just like, Annie seems like such a kind of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I would believe that Linda, as self-centered as she is too, and she's vain too. You get Annie going, oh, Paul, and Linda's probably like, I want to bang Bob, woo, you know what I'm saying? And I get that, but I could see Linda walking across the street to check on Laurie before I would see Annie checking on Laurie. Do you know what I mean? Totally, 100%. I could see that. So anyways, now, not necessarily for me. I just wanted to bring that up, that Annie is one of those characters that I understand when people make those arguments. So yeah, Ronnie, Freddie, Barker, Tina. For some people, it's Annie. Jesus, in Halloween 5, you could point to the cops as well. Boom, boom, chicka, boom, bing, boom, boo, boo. Oh my God, the cops. There's so many. I mean, you could point to, there's so many and again, there's so many reasons you could come up with, right? So many different kind of reasons and scenarios and situations that you could come up with. But those are a few for me, and I'm sure there's there's others as well if I were to dive into it and think a bit longer. But those are some for me. Listen, if you're watching after the fact, comment below and let me know your thoughts. What are some of your worst characters in the Halloween franchise? And tell me why. Tell me why. Maybe you're just going to tell me in a general sense, you just don't like the character or the actor, or maybe you'll dive a little deeper like I did here and kind of get into the nitty gritty nuances of why and all that, because that could be fun too, right? That can be fun too, and it paints sort of a bigger picture and gives a little more insight into maybe why you feel that way. But jump into the comment section and let me know. Let's jump over to the chat room now. I know some super chats did come in, so let me get those super chats. I don't want to forget them. We've got let me see here. We've got Ian Rapash. Is that how you say that? Ian Rapash sends in $4.99. Thank you, Ian, and says, "Hey, Dave, very glad to have donated yesterday. Yes, I saw that. Thank you so much. You're going to honor that Halloween live stream if you reach the budget, or is it still based on the Blu-ray sales?" No, it's still based on the Blu-ray sales. It has nothing to do with reaching the budget. It always had to do with the Blu-ray sales. That's the incentive, right? It doesn't appear that we will reach that. So I'll probably still do something that weekend. Like maybe I'll watch one movie or something like that, or do a live show and, I don't know, talk Halloween, all that kind of stuff. But I won't do the epic stream. I was willing to combine them. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to do that, but I would be willing to combine them, the sales of the single Blu-ray and the sales of the double Blu if they were close. But combining them right now still is a ways off. So no, it won't happen. And that's not because I don't want to do it. It's because, I gotta be a man of my word, right? I mean, if I'm not a man of my word and I do it anyway, then what's the point of having any incentive, right? Why don't I just do it? Like, what's the point of having rules? Why don't I just go ahead and do it, right? So, no, I can't now just go, oh, I'll just do it anyway. No, no, I got to have standards, right? You know what I'm saying? And I know you guys all understand that, of course. But I'll do something for sure, but it won't be that. Unless, of course, we're able to reach it in the next 2 weeks. Fast Forwards 289 says, "What's up, Dave? You've been killing it with these streams. Feels like the old days. Keep it up. Congrats on the progress with the campaign almost there." Yeah, it does. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Also, something too, I will say this about the Epic live stream. If this goes into demand, okay, if the campaign goes into demand, which it should, we're at 90% now. Let me just see where we are here. We're at 90% now. We've gone up a little bit. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. We're at 90% right now. If we reach 100%, that means the campaign goes into demand, right? Which is great. And all that means is that now the campaign, even though the 2-month window has closed, the campaign, we can continue to raise funds for the foreseeable future, which is great because that way we can add new perks. We can add like a screen. As we get closer to shooting the movie, we can add like a screen use item. We can add other things to help with post-production and, all that kind of stuff. Lots of campaigns do that. Vince has done that. Cecil has done that. 120K is what we need to make the movie, yes. But it always helps to raise a little bit more, of course, too, over the next few months, because that helps with, other things as well. Now, that doesn't mean that over the next few months, I'm going to be doing these streams like 3 days a week. Come on, everybody, you got to throw it. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means, hey, we're in demand now. So there might be lots of people out there that didn't get a chance to donate while the 2-month window was open, but now they can, right? Because we were able to get it into demand. Or maybe there was something, maybe you did donate, but you could only donate a little bit and you couldn't afford. Hey, but you know what? Now I can. I got a paycheck. I was saving up. Oh, thank God that thing is in demand now, because now I can actually buy that thing I wanted to buy 2 months ago, but I couldn't then, but now I can because the campaign's in demand. It's that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And all the money, of course, goes into the film as well, helping with post-production and maybe, an extra shooting day or, what have you, right? all indie films that go into demand definitely utilize that. And it's great. And of course, it also helps us to reach more people around the world, right? You know what I'm saying? So because of that, if the Blu-ray sales if we get the campaign into demand, if the Blu-ray sales between now and say October, if they're reached, I will honor it. I will honor it. I will do that. Yes, I will do that. So the probability goes up if the campaign goes into demand that epic Halloween stream may still happen, because that means other people from around the world still have an opportunity to buy those Blu-rays, right? So we'll see. Let me see here. The Violator 499. No, wait, excuse me. Hang on. Daniel Scott. Hey, Daniel, what's going on, buddy? Sends in $10, says, it's got to be the baby in the crib at age 18. Zero character growth, no progression, and just kind of laid there. I love it. It's true. It's absolutely awful. I mean, the baby in age 18 just sat there, just laid there, did nothing. I mean, one of the worst characters of all time. There's just no doubt about it. One of the worst characters of all time. That's really funny. Let me see here. Totally true. Okay, we got Eddie Chase. Hey, Eddie, what's going on? Sends in a very generous super chat. Thank you, Eddie. Says, John Strode for sure. Awful dude, but well acted. Tina, Busta, annoying and bad, but somewhat redeem themselves at the end. Yeah, I don't know. Does Busta redeem himself? I mean, he saves the day. But, you know, trick or treat, motherfucker, and then drop kicks Michael through the window. I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. But worst, with zero redeeming value, Rob Zombie's Halloween Ronnie and Angry Farmers, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, the dudes at the strip club. I've only seen Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 like once or twice in my life, sincerely. So I can't put context to the guys at the strip club, but I will take your word for it. I will take your word for it. But Ronnie, yeah, he's definitely one of those bad characters for sure. No doubt about it. That's why he's on the thumbnail. The Violator 862 sends in $4.99, says, damn it, late to the stream again. Well, that's all right. Anyways, my least favorite character in the whole franchise is either Tina or John Strode. Yeah, you're not alone in that. Lots of people hate Tina and John Strode. You're definitely not alone in that for sure. And then we also got Chris Snyder. Hey, what's going on, Chris? Says, Lindsay, Lester's barking again and getting on my nerves again. Lindsay. What did she say? I don't want to. Okay. Well, if I could set it up that you could watch it with Tommy Doyle, would you want to then? Yes. Well, come on. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. No, what did she say? Oh, Paul, I can no longer stall. She's there in the mirror, you know, picking her hair out. Oh, lordy. Let me see. We've got here, Calvonix sends in $5.50. Thanks, buddy. Says, will there be It's Me Billy 1 and 2 hats at all? Would love one if possible. Sad I missed it for the first campaign. Possibly if we get into demand, yeah. We had an issue with our vendors. Are you talking about like caps or toques, as we say here in Canada, or winter beanies, things like that? We had the winter beanies or toques on the first campaign, but we had an issue. It was actually the last perk we actually sent out. And it was because we just had an issue. So not an issue with the quality or anything. It was just sort of a backlog, but it could also have been because of COVID as well. Like it took us a while to get a lot of the perks out because of COVID. So we just decided to hold off on the hats right now. But Bruce and I have talked and said, listen, if the campaign goes into demand, which it looks like it will now, which is amazing. But of course, back 2 months ago, we didn't know. We had said, if the campaign goes into demand, we do have several perk ideas that we would, present new perks that we would present, on the campaign over the next few months or so. I know that Vince has done that with Never Hike Alone too. He's added some really cool perks right now because he's been in demand for like, I don't know, a year or something like that. And he's in the middle of shooting Never Hike Alone too. So yes, it's possible they could wind up coming in at that point. There's also, I don't want to say, but there's some cool stuff. So look out for it then. But we got to manage. We have like a schedule and all these ideas, and we just kind of want to make sure we're not biting off more than we can chew. And we want to make sure we do this and get into, all that kind of stuff. Right. So, and somebody had left a comment on my stream the other day, and I think it was because they were confused on what InDemand was all about. Again, all InDemand means is that you've reached 100% of your funding goal, and Indiegogo considers your campaign hot, popular. Right? So Indiegogo allows you don't have to take advantage of it, but Indiegogo allows you, once the 2-month window is over, Indiegogo will allow you to put your campaign into demand, and now you can continue to raise funds. I don't mean that I'm going to continue to come on here going, come on, everybody, because we've raised our production budget. So I don't need to do that. But it's great when the campaign is in demand because it means that, people who didn't get in on the first 2 months can still pick up a Blu-ray. That's great, right? We can add new perks, right? And, raise a bit more money for contingency and for post-production and all that kind of stuff. That's all that means, right? And it's really helpful. And any indie filmmaker will tell you out there, oh yeah, having a little bit of that cushion absolutely helps, 100%, no doubt about it. Trust us. So that's all that means. It doesn't mean that we're lying and we actually need, 150 and not, no, it's just, it's an incentive. It's a gift that Indiegogo gives you if you reach 100% of your goal. And that's great because now you can reach more people. Because I can't tell you how many times with Chapter 1, because with Chapter 1, I didn't put the campaign in demand. That was a mistake. And I can't tell you how many times I had people DM me going, it's over. I didn't get, is there still a chance to get a Blu-ray? Is there still a chance to get a hoodie? Is there still, and I'm like, no, all that kind of stuff. And Bruce and I had to spend a little bit of money out of pocket, which any indie filmmaker will tell you that you tend to do anyway. So this time around, I'm like, hey, if we can reach 100% and get it into demand, I'm gonna say click yes. I would like to go into it because then that means those people that just didn't get a check, you can still pick that up now, right? And all that. That's all that means. And then that's just extra funds for the production and the film, which obviously, like I said, any indie filmmaker needs, and will take advantage of for sure. So yeah, that's all it is. It's a gift from Indiegogo because you were successful, which is amazing. That's fantastic. So so look out for that kind of thing when it comes to, there goes my light. Yeah, my battery was low. Let me see here. Josh Lott sends in $10. Thank you, Josh, one of our great co-producers here. Says, my least favorite characters, Ronnie and the prison guards in Zombies Remake. Yeah, the prison guards are pretty bad, aren't they? Wasn't one of the prison guards, what's-her-face from one of the Police Academy movies? The blonde. I'm pretty sure the blonde prison guard from Halloween 07, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Wasn't she one of the, she was one of the, what's her name? What was her name? She was, the chat room will let me know. She was from Police Academy. I'm almost positive. Anyway, also Sheriff Barker, right there with you. Get the lame out of my yard. Another 100 if anyone gets the reference. Get the lame-o out of my yard. Lame-o. I don't know. I'm going to have to leave it to the chat room. I'm not entirely sure. Get the lame-o out of I'm not entirely sure. Josh Lott sends in $2, says, by the way, nice Skeletor hoodie. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I love it. Hey, man, you boob. Yeah, I love Skeletor. One of my favorite. Of course, obviously being 44 years old, I grew up through the 1980s as a young kid and was a huge Masters of the Universe fan. I had Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain and all the figures and everything. I was a huge He-Man fan. Would come home Every day it would be on at 3:30 in the afternoon. I would turn it on. I loved He-Man. I still do. I mean, well, I love the 80s cartoon. I have no nostalgia and no connection for any of the cartoon remakes. I did watch Kevin Smith's cartoon on Netflix, and I actually really liked it. I know people are like, oh, it's woke and it's all about Tina. And I'm like, yeah, I try not to get caught up in that shit. I'm like, yeah, it's just like, no, there's nuance. I thought the cartoon was great. I really did. And I thought the story was really cool. The animation's not really my style, but I got used to it as I watched it. I thought Mark Hamill did a decent job as Skeletor. But yeah, I love Skeletor. He-Man. Vault 420 sends in $5. Thanks, buddy. He says, Dave, I've supported the campaign and I can't wait. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Have you ever seen Dario Argento's Deep Red, or Dario Argento's? It could be said both ways. It has a lot of good mood and atmosphere, in my opinion. I've seen a few Argento pictures, but I have not seen Deep Red. I don't know if I've heard of Deep Red either. I'll have to check it out. Thanks for the recommendation, man. Appreciate it. And thanks for your support. Chris Baber sends in $1.99. Thanks, buddy. Says Paul in H78 because he was total no-show. It's true. Where's Paul? Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. I can no longer stop. It's true. Marley Kiko sends in nearly €2.50. Thank you very much, Marley. It says, hi, Dave. Have you seen The Unseen, 1980? It's not ringing a bell. Just the title's not ringing a bell. I've seen a lot of horror movies from, in and around that time. I'll have to take a look. Is it good? Because, I like that stuff. Aunt Dada sends in $5. Thank you very much. Says, Dave, does the digital download package include the It's Me Billy 1 high resolution poster as well? I can't wait for this. No. So again, if the campaign goes into demand, one of the perks we're thinking about adding is a digital download package for It's Me Billy Chapter 1. So that means you would get the It's Me Billy Chapter 1 poster. You would get It's Me Billy Chapter 1 a digital copy. Let me try that again. You would get so many thoughts in my head at once. So yes, if the campaign goes into demand, I'll just say that one of the things we're thinking about adding to the campaign is a digital download package for It's Me Billy Chapter 1. Right now, the digital download package on the campaign is for Chapter 2. So you get a high resolution copy of the official poster. You get a digital copy of the movie in full HD. You get a digital copy of the script, and you get some promotional still images. So we would do the exact same thing for Chapter 1. Copy of the script, copy of the poster, copy of the movie, digitally, full HD, all that kind of stuff. So if you're wanting that, when it goes into demand, and like I said, I'm pretty sure we're so close now, I'm pretty sure, we'll be able to do it, hopefully, fingers crossed. Then that's one of the perks that we're thinking about adding. Yeah, it's cool. Cool stuff. And that's where you'd get it. Let me see. Ian Ripash. Again, hopefully I'm saying that right. $4.99. Dave, whenever you get around to Dr. Sleep, director's cut is the way to go. Fully fleshed out and it breathes so well. I hear that. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation. That's what I hear, that the director's cut of Dr. Sleep is incredible. I have yet to see Dr. Sleep. Admittedly, there's a lot of movies that you guys probably have seen that I'm really behind on. So that's one of the things that is definitely on my list. So I have to do that for sure. Did I miss? Hang on a sec here. I feel like I missed. Hang on. Did I miss one? I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. This is not showing that I have. It's not showing that I have. Yeah, crazy characters in the Halloween franchise, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're watching after the fact, jump into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on your worst characters in the Halloween franchise. We are, okay, let's jump over and see where we're at. Just curious. There we are. We're sitting at 90% of our production budget, 10% away from 100% and sending this thing into demand. 108,946 Canadian Billy Bucks, 924 backers. Amazing. Who was that? Sending some stuff in, really cool. We've got Joe Perez picks up the digital download package. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Calvonix picks up the Victoria Miro autograph #1. Amazing. Thank you very much. Andrew Overend, I believe that's how you say that, picks up the end credits perk. Amazing. Your name's going to be in the end credits, buddy. Really awesome stuff. And Brandon Milliken, I think that's how you say that, picked up the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 Blu-ray. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. And this was before we went live, but it was Estefania Galvez. Estefania, is that how you say that maybe? Picked up the holiday sweater, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Really appreciate that stuff. So yeah, so the goal today for the campaign, again, I mean, is I would love to get to 110K. That's where I'd love to get to. I think that would be a nice sort of sweet spot to get to. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to go live tomorrow. That's why I'm going live today. So the next time might not be till Monday or Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure. But if we can get to 110K today, that would be great. That'd be awesome. And that's not too far away. That's like right around the corner from where we are now. So again, if we go beyond that, that's great. I'm not going to turn that down, right? That would be amazing. But yeah, every little bit helps. If you're watching for the first time, and feel free, you can donate to the campaign as well. You do not have to pick up a perk. Remember, you just go to the end of all, the perks, and you can just donate however much you want to donate. Feel free to do that as well if you want to do it. But there's lots of perks still available, of course. And if you've been waiting until the very end to get your perk, now's the time to do it. 14 days left. That's going to change over to 13 days at 4 p.m. Eastern time this afternoon. So now we're basically less than 2 weeks now, because 2 weeks was actually yesterday. June 3rd will be June 30th was 2 weeks yesterday because it's a Friday. So yeah, just now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it, folks. Now's the time to do it. Will we do it? I don't know. We're getting close. Cookie Woman. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's necessarily... You could always point to him as being a bad character, but I don't think he's one of the worst characters. I think that might be one of the silliest lines. I mean, it gets made fun of a lot just because of how it's acted. And Lewis, a big woman. A big woman. But his character wouldn't be on any list for me in terms of worst characters or anything. And by the way, the link to the campaign, if you're wondering, is pinned to the top of the chat room. Let me see here. Let me see. Just scrolling back, looking at the chat. Let me see here. David Irwin says, how about the chick that works for Will, the kid in the radio station in Halloween Ends? Well, I've only seen Halloween Ends twice, or 3 times. I kind of remember I don't really remember her. And so I'm not saying you're wrong, but you'd have to explain what would make her a bad character. I wouldn't even say the radio DJ is a bad character. I wouldn't even say Corey Cunningham's a bad character. But again, it would depend on how we're defining bad characters, right? Yeah, I don't know if there's a bad character in Halloween. I mean, you might be able to say like the marching band, the marching band bullies in Halloween Ends, right? Ooh, those marching bands, man. Look at what they do with those trumpets and flutes. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, man. I don't know. I'm not too sure if there's any. Yeah, I'd have to think more. Chris Snyder sends another $5. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Says, Sam and Spitz I find worse and more annoying than Tina. Am I alone in that? Yeah, you might not be alone in that. And Mikey too. I mean, Mikey's kind of, he's vain. He's obsessed with his car, right? He's all about his car. So I don't know. Refresh, Dave. We hit 91%. Oh, did we? Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving it. Here we go. We're refreshing. We are now at, whoa. What the heck just happened? Ladies and gentlemen, 109,721. What kind of bomb just dropped here? 927 backers. 14 days left. That is going to change over to 13 days at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon. Holy snap and crap, ladies and gentlemen. We are less than $300 away from the goal I wanted to be at. Folks, yelling so much I can hear the mic popping. I got to turn the music down. We're clipping. Holy Jesus. Somebody has remortgaged their house. Well, no, not quite, but incredible, absolutely incredible. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who that was. What's going on here? 927 backers. We are sitting at, 109,721. Absolutely incredible. Let's go over to the other page here. I mean, I was expecting to, you didn't have to do that right away. Let's see what has gone on here. We've got, ladies and, oh my goodness. Jesus H. Christ. We've got Joe Perez. Yeah, we got that. Robert J. Matthew Dale Binford. Robert J. Matthew Dale Binford. It's quite a name, my friend. We'll just call you Robert. How's that? We'll call you Robert. Robert Binford. Picked up the Double Blue. It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You're going to love it. You get a director's commentary. You get, on Chapter 1, there was an hour-long BTS featurette. Yeah, an hour, longer than the movie. It's really awesome. And I'm sure Chapter 2 will have, the same thing. You get the featurette, you get the movie, you get a director's commentary, teasers, trailers, all that fun stuff. So you'll love it, my friend. Anthony Dada. Anthony Dada. Okay, cool. Anthony. Now I know your name. Picked up the official posters. It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1 and 2 official posters. That's got to be getting low. Maybe it's sold out now. I'm not sure, but that's got to be getting low. And Lee Bowers, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Bowers, one of our great supporters here on the channel, just donated $500. I mean, it's unreal to me how many of you are stepping up with those kind of mini bombs. $500 is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, it's $500. And so to see you guys stepping up, whether it's Daniel Scott, whether it's PJ Wilson, I think, is it PJ Wilson? I think that's it. Whether it's Lee Bowers, whether it's Josh Lott, I mean, it's just, whether it's CM in the chat who picked up the executive producer perk. I mean, everybody, every donation matters, every donation counts, but there's a few of you that are dropping these mini bombs on a pretty consistent basis. And I cannot tell you how much we appreciate this. Incredible, absolutely incredible. It truly is humbling, Lee. It is. It's just there's it means a lot to see this level of support come in and the fans and the viewers rallying to try and get this thing to 100%. And to make this a reality. There's so much work that Bruce and I have to do behind the scenes, especially now since it's a union production. And that's another great thing too, why it can be great to have it in demand, because obviously there's always those things always that little extra that we can use. And there's so much more paperwork and groundwork to be done as a producer when your production is union. It's Me Billy Chapter 1 was a non-union production, obviously still professional, but non-union. But everybody that, all the actors that worked on Chapter 1 are now union. So, which is great. That's awesome. That maybe we even had a hand in that. So there's a lot of work that comes in with this now. So to see this level of support, it means so much to us. It really, really does. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Wow. Amazing. I was not expecting to be knocking at 110 so soon, but that's great. Power Packer says, we love you, Dave. I love you guys too, man. I really do. Like it's incredible to see this level of support. It makes from a producing, it makes Bruce and I sleep just a little bit easier at night, because there's so much paperwork, and so many things, so many I's we have to dot, so many T's we have to cross to get this thing off the ground. And to see you guys stepping up, sort of carrying us on your shoulders a little bit here through this it really helps. I can tell you. It helps, because there's a lot of stuff that has to be worked out to make this thing a reality. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Let me see here. Let me scroll back. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. We got super chat comes in from Power Packers 90s, $2. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. Says, is PB a bad character for touching Ray's? Wait a minute. PB a bad character for touching Ray's, Wait a minute. Am I missing PB? Who's PB? Who's PB? I'm lost. Why am I having a brain fart? Oh, peanut butter. Oh, yeah. Womp, womp, womp. Yes, is peanut butter a bad character for touching Ray's? I get it. I see what you do. It took me a moment. I'm a little slow. You know what I mean? It takes me a minute. I get it. You know what? Maybe it's true. Maybe peanut butter is actually the worst character. You're right. Maybe peanut butter is the worst character. Maybe that's true. Josh Lott sends in $5. Says, answer to trivia. Okay, The Burbs, Bruce Dern's character, as a consultation. I'll buy another double pack. New trivia later. Answer, The Burbs, Bruce Dern's character. Oh, what's his character's name? I do know it, but I'm going to leave it for the chat, because I love The Burbs. The Burbs is actually a guilty pleasure of mine. I love that movie. There's something comforting about it, and I think it reminds me, Tom Hanks and Bruce Dern's character, and his other buddy there, I forget his name now. He died a few years ago. Remind me of me and my friend Evan and my friend Brian in high school. Just the shenanigans they get into, like, what's going on? There's something going on in the neighborhood. It totally we were exactly like that. And so I have a soft spot for The Burbs. I think it's obviously it's a dark comedy. It gets a lot of hate for some reason, but I like it a lot. It's one of my, I love it. I'm not gonna say I love it, but I like it. It's comfort food. It's comfort food for sure. Peanut butter. That's right. I get it. I need to refresh again. Oh my goodness. What the hell is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? 929. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. 110,126 Canadian Billy Bucks. 929 backers. 91% of our production budget has been raised. We are now less than $10,000 away. Less than $10,000 away from 100% and sending this campaign skyrocketing into demand. We are 9% away. At 4 p.m. this afternoon, that number 14 will change over to 13. 13 days left in the campaign, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. $110,000. What is that for my American brothers and sisters? What are you seeing? You're seeing what is it 80? Is it 80 now? Have we reached 80,000 US? Is it something like that? You let me know what it is. Absolutely incredible, folks. Absolutely incredible. Let's check this out here. Thank you again, everybody, for stepping up. We've got Lee Bowers again. Lee Bowers again, ladies and gentlemen, has stepped up. Absolutely incredible, Lee, and has donated $300. Incredible. And then we got Josh Lott, who just picked up another double blue as well, getting It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. This is funny. This is funny. I like to joke around with Josh on this because Josh, another great supporter, a co-producer on It's Me Billy Chapter 2, by the way. And Josh has picked up quite a few Blu-rays. To the point, I mean, I don't know how many it is now, Josh, but it's got to be over 20 or 25 or something like that. And I said to Josh on the other stream, I said, Bruce and I joked and said, listen, when the Blu-rays come in, when they get shipped to us, they come in obviously in boxes, right? I said, we'll just get a box and we'll just take that box and just forward it on to onto Josh. We won't even have to open it. We'll just forward it out. We'll just, here you go. I mean, obviously we'll have to open it because we want to add some little things in there for you, but it's just, technically it might be the case. I mean, if a box of 30 come, we might just go, no, we'll just forward this on to Josh. Here you go. You know what I mean? Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hey, it all counts, right? It all counts. And you'll have a ton of Blu-rays you can do whatever you want with. You can hold on to them. You can sell them. You can, I don't know, stocking stuffers. Like I said, you'll find use, I'm sure. But that's really cool, man. Really, really cool. Thank you for doing that. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. 929 backers, $110,126. We did it. We did what I wanted to do today. Now, we can keep going. I mean, we can keep it going a little bit, obviously, but we definitely reached the goal that I wanted to reach today. It was a modest goal. We were basically about $1,100 away from reaching it anyway, but it was a modest goal, but I wanted to be there sort of, because now, I mean, listen, with 13 days to go, less than $10,000 to get it into demand. Absolutely incredible. Amazing, folks. You are all amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, here we go. 83,432. Okay, great. 83,432 people are saying. Incredible. Incredible. That's where we are. Amazing. Good to know. You know, it's funny if I can take a moment. I know I've said this before, but I got to say it again. If you've heard me say it, it just means you're a loyal viewer, excuse me, and you tune in all the time. But when you do these types of shows and live streams, you've always got to talk like it's somebody's first time. Because it could be. In 2020, we launched an Indiegogo campaign for Chapter 1. Our budget was 60,000 Canadian, about 48,000 US. And we reached that with about a week left to go in the campaign. So it was launched on the 4th of July. Not because it was the 4th of July. It just happened to be the 4th of July. And we reached it, I think, around the 24th of August or something like that. And amazing. Absolutely amazing. When Bruce and I were breaking down the budget for Chapter 2, we knew it was going to be more, obviously, because we've gone from non-union to union. Obviously, we have Black Christmas alumni on board. So there's a lot more, and things in the world have gone up and all that kind of stuff. And there's a few little things that are a bit more ambitious in this film. I don't mean ambitious like, tons of stunts and action sequences and that kind of stuff. I just mean there's a little more physicality, and that means we might have to bring on, a fight, not a fight choreographer, but I don't mean a fight, like I say the word fight, but I don't mean there's like John Wick, shit going on. I just mean that's what they're called, right? Fight choreographer, stunt coordinator, fight choreographer. That's just what they're called. I just want to temper expectations because somebody out there might go, oh, there's going to be like some wild epic fights going on. And like John, no. It's just, they are the coordinator, make sure that everything is safe. There's just a little more physicality in the film and you'll get it when you see it. But it's still within the confines of, Black Christmas, obviously. But, there are those things, right? That we think about, we're looking at and stuff. And it's like, yeah. And we need to ask this, that this is what we need to make this film. And we didn't know how it was going to go. In 2020, it was interesting because the pandemic had hit, everybody was home. And you would think that we would have had trouble raising the money because the pandemic had hit and because everybody was sort of hoarding and saving their money and buying toilet paper, all that stuff. But we did it. Now, the irony is that the pandemic is over now. You would think that now it would be easier to raise money, but actually we felt it was probably going to be harder because everybody's back to work, because everything is open now. People are traveling now. So now they can spend their money on other things, right? So we were like, I don't know. I mean, but this is what we need to make this movie. So this is what we have to ask for. And maybe we'll get it into demand. You know what I mean? Who knows? And to see this now, nearly 6 weeks in, well, we are actually. 6 weeks in, 110,000. Less than 10,000 now away from our goal. The goal that 3 months ago, we were like, yeah, okay, but it's what we need. I mean, it's what we need. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. You know what I mean? And we're doing it. It's incredible. It's incredible. The amount of support and belief in the project and love and just like, no, man, I'm stepping up. I'm doing it. Let's fucking do it. Let's do this. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. Because I've had people go, so what if you only raise 70? It's like, well, you can make a movie with $70,000, but you can't make a $120,000 movie with $70,000, right? There's reasons why budgets exist. So obviously there would have to be things that would have to be cut. And it's amazing to see people being like, no, we're not cutting shit. We're fucking giving it all, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's truly amazing to see it. So again, not to be all, emotional about it, but I just want to make sure that I remind people of how much I appreciate it, how much we appreciate it on behalf of the cast and the crew, because without you, it wouldn't be possible. You know what I mean? So to see it here sitting at 110,929. Oh, where are we here? Whoops. Hang on a sec here. I think I hit the wrong button. There we go. We've got up a little bit more. That's awesome. Just a little bit more. 110,000. Hey, we went to, for a minute. I don't have my glasses on. For a minute, I thought we had gone up to 92%. 110,226, 930 backers, 91%. 14 days left. That's almost at 13 days. Absolutely incredible, ladies and germs. Absolutely incredible. Let me just see who that was. Who that fine human being was that stepped up. It was Josh Lott. Josh just donated $100. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I hope none of you have to remortgage your house. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I feel like I've got cat hair on my microphone. Okay. Let's jump over to the chat. Have I missed any super chats? I don't think I have, but let me go over to the other page and make sure that I have. I don't think I have. Josh Lott. Oh, here we go. Yep. Someone got it. The character is Mark Rumsfeld. Yeah, that's right. Rumsfeld? It's Rumsfeld. Yeah, not Rumsfeld. Yeah. Okay. So I got that. Got Josh's other one. I think I'm caught up on the super chats if I'm not mistaken. I believe I am, ladies and gentlemen. I believe I am. Also a reminder, just while I have 146 people watching, I will be in Phoenix, Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, on the weekend of July 7th, 8th, and 9th, attending Mad Monster. So if you live in Arizona, if you live in the area or close by and you're planning on going to the convention that weekend, come on out and say hello. I will be there with the entire cast and crew of Dylan's New Nightmare. That Friday night, so the convention's the whole weekend, but that Friday night, July the 7th at 11 p.m. So after the convention closes, at 11 p.m. that night, they will be premiering Dylan's New Nightmare. Now, it won't be premiering online at the same time. I believe Cecil said that the online premiere for everybody to watch, no matter where you are in the world, will be, I think, sometime in August. But this is an advanced premiere that will be happening at Mad Monster. And the reason why it's happening at Mad Monster in Arizona is because that's sort of where the beginnings of Dylan's New Nightmare happened. That is where Cecil went up to Miko Hughes and pitched the idea to him in 2019. So it only feels right to bring it full circle and have the premiere at Mad Monster. So they're going to do that. And if you want your picture taken with me as Freddy Krueger in the Freddy Krueger outfit, then that will have to happen on that Friday night, because there'll be a bunch of tables. So there'll be a table, I think Miko Hughes and Ron Sloan will be at a table. I will be at a table with Nora Hewitt. There'll be photos there as well of me if you want to pick up a photo. I think there's gonna be and Vince DeSanti will be there as well, of course. And so it's gonna be, I think we have like 4 or 5 tables taking up a section. And I will be getting put in the makeup by Nora Hewitt and her wife Rachel, who's absolutely fantastic as well. They will be putting me in the makeup at the table. So it'll probably start around 6 o'clock or whatever. So I will be in costume for the movie, for the meet and greet afterwards, for a photo op. It's really cool. I will also be there all day Saturday at the table. So come on over and say hi. I won't be in makeup that day though. It'll just be me. It'll just be this face. And then I will be there for a few hours on the Sunday, but my plane leaves to come back to Toronto at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll probably be there on the Sunday from I think it opens at 11. I'll be there for maybe 11 to 2 or something, but then I got to leave because I got to go to the airport, and come home. But, yeah, I just want to let you know that's the weekend of July 7th, 8th, and 9th, Glendale, Arizona, I believe. So if you're in the area, if you're in Arizona, or if you're, not too far away from it, let's say maybe an hour drive or something or whatever, and you're thinking about going, come on over. And it's a stacked lineup. You've also got Robert Englund is going to be there. Dick Warlock is going to be there. Kane Hodder is going to be there. It's a stacked lineup. So if you don't want to come for me, well, you can go for those guys. I just wanted to mention that. Let me see here. Lee Bauer says, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Much love. And Dave, keep it going, my friend. Much love. Let's get it to 115. We can do it. Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't have to get it to 115 today. But if it did, I'm certainly not going to turn it away. But I'm happy. With 110,226, 930 backers, 91% of our goal with I'm just going to say it, 13 days left. I know it says 14 days, but there's really only about a half hour left until it changes over to 13 days. With 13 days left, 91%, 110,000. I think we're going to do this. Holy shit. I think we're going to do this. This is just amazing, just awesome, absolutely incredible. Oh, makes us feel so much better. Chris Snyder says, hell, I was buying toilet paper and it's me, Billy Perks. See, that's what I'm talking about. Chris knows where it's at. He's like, no, fuck that. I got to buy I got to buy the shit wipes. But fuck that. I'm going to fucking buy. Hey, maybe, Chris, I think you've just sparked an idea. Maybe what we really need, ladies and gentlemen, is It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 toilet paper. That won't break. We can ship that. It's light. It's not going to cost a lot. It's light. It can ship. Now, It can shit. No, it can ship. It's light. It won't break. And every time you pull the you got Billy's eye on it. You know, you're pulling the thing. It's got Billy's eye or you know, the logo or, you know, it's got, I don't know. It's got, It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 toilet paper. Oh my God. You know what's funny about that? It would totally sell. 100% it would sell because it's so ridiculous. It's so silly and absurd. It would absolutely sell. 100%. It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 Blu-ray, Blu-ray toilet paper, ladies and gentlemen. We have the It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 toilet paper. We've got the It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 toilet brush. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody want the toilet brush? We got that. We got the It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 toothbrushes. Fuck, that would be funny. That would be really funny. Michael Dammit says less than 75,000 US to go, Dave. Do you mean 7,500? I think you meant 7,500. I think, yes, CM. CM was like Spaceballs, the toilet paper. Dude, I was literally just thinking that. I think you meant 7,500, not 75,000. You added an extra zero there. Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's really funny. Billy 2-ply. Yeah, hey, Rosalia's on it. Billy 2-ply. That's it. You know what I'm talking about. It's Me, Billy, toilet paper scented, says Zodiac Z. Yes, scented. Ooh. Hey, cologne. It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2 cologne. We could market it like this is the cologne that Billy, you know, puts on every morning before he goes and does the deed. 100%, you know, and it's, and the name of the cologne is, that's the name of the cologne. So if there's like a commercial, right, you know, get, you know, the all new by Billy. A very sensual, soft sounding cologne commercial. The all new by Billy. Wear it today. Or ask for it by name. You got to go into like, you know, Walgreens or I don't know if they sell, I think they sell cologne there. You got to go to Walmart. So, excuse me, do you have a by Billy? Oh, yes, we do. It's right next to Polo and Dracar Noir. And you can see it there. There it is right there. Right there. Yep. Yeah, that's it. There it is, folks. There it is. The hero with no fear says, I'd buy it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Who wouldn't want cologne? Billy cologne. You know what I'm talking about. Who wouldn't want that shit? It'd be amazing. It'd be absolutely incredible. Michael Demmett, 7404. Okay, that's better. Yeah, 7,404. That's it. Power Packers 90 says, it's Me, Billy, flamethrower. That's right. Yeah, just take everything that's in Spaceballs. You know what I mean? And just kind of, I would love to have Billy, that would be really cool. Of course, you couldn't do it legally, obviously. You couldn't, you know, but you could, and the 3D printing would be pretty crazy. But I have to admit, there's a part of me that would love It's Me, Billy action figures. That'd be so cool. You have like this little action figure of you. I would totally say that would be a great gift. Send, you know, the cast and crew little action figure. That actually is not a bad idea. As like a cast and, you know, a cast thing, you know what I mean? Like send maybe, you know, a little action figure of Victoria as Sam on the phone. You know what I mean? That actually, she'd probably get a real kick out of that. But of course, 3D printing it can be expensive. It can be really expensive, but that'd be fun. Yeah, so there we are. We've gone up again. Loving it, loving it. We've gone up again, ladies and gentlemen. The other screen here, 110,286. 110,286. We're approaching 111. Absolutely incredible. Who do we got? We got Tracy Lewis. Hey, Tracy. Tracy Lewis picks up a t-shirt. Amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It all counts, folks. It all counts. It all counts. And of course, it's not just the t-shirt. You also get your name in the end credits. And I think you get the digital download package, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true? Do you get the digital download package? Let me see here. I think you do. Let me see. T-shirt. Yeah. I mean, what a bargain. You get the t-shirt, you get the digital download package, which means you get the poster, the movie, the script will be emailed to you digitally. That's cool. And some high resolution, promotional shots as well. And you get your name in the credits. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. Thank you, Tracy. Really appreciate that. Can't do it without you, Tracy. Can't do it without you. Let me see. Oh, let me scroll back up. Sort of, you know what? Let me, because I don't think I've actually done this. Let me move me over here like this. I know a lot of you probably already see it, but let me go over here. Let me move this over here like this and just kind of go through what the because I don't know if everybody's looked at the campaign or not, but yeah, this is, let's read the synopsis together. So this is the campaign, obviously. Hey, Black Christmas fans, or hey, Black Christmas and horror fans, welcome to the official crowdfunding campaign for It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2, a Black Christmas fan film. Chapter 2 serves as the second and final installment in our Black Christmas tribute series, honoring the legacy of one of the most important horror films in the genre. And there is the synopsis. Jess is alive! Hidden deep within the walls of Jess Bradford's mansion lies the evidence that will exonerate her former boyfriend, Peter Smythe, and expose the real 1974 Bedford killers. Picking up immediately where Chapter 1 ended, Sam and her grandmother, now trapped and alone, must fight back against the clutches of Christmas evil before they're swallowed by its darkness. Love it. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. I'm on board. And of course, there's the official poster for Chapter 2. Love it. Love it. Now, when you guys get the official poster, you will also get the billing block there as well. The billing block is not here at the moment. It just says coming soon, but you will get the billing block. But yeah, it's I love this poster, and this poster looks great alongside Chapter 1, because Chapter 1's poster, the one with the phone and the green kind of hue, is great because Chapter 1's let me try that again. So many thoughts in my head. The official poster for Chapter 1 has that green sort of kind of color palette to it, right? Chapter 2's got that, the black and the red and whatnot. And when you put them beside each other, it looks really sweet. Looks really nice because you got the Christmas colors, the green and the red, right? That was intentional, by the way. Don't you tell them what we did, Agnes. And then the cast, there she is, folks. There she is. Incredible. There she is. Sam. Victoria Miro is Sam. Grandmother. Granddaughter. It's a great photo of Victoria. For those of you that don't know, Victoria is also a model as well. So she does a lot of modeling. And she'll do like a lot of fashion shows and bridal shows and all that kind of stuff too, where, you walk the catwalk and model the clothing and things like that. She does a lot of that. I know, obviously she's an actress too. So, and then Lynn Griffin, hey, there she is. Lynn Griffin is back. So what does it say about Lynn Griffin? I'll just read the first part of it. It says, her suffocation death in the original Black Christmas is one of the most is one of the most iconic images in all of horror, and now she's back. Lynn Griffin returns to the Black Christmas world in It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. Lynn, Claire in the original 74 classic, returns to play Claire's sister Nancy, a woman hell-bent on solving her sister's 50-year-old cold case. Ooh, interesting. And there's Carol Coltman as Agnes. She's returning as Agnes, of course. And Brian Charles Peter as Billy. Ooh, notice how we didn't put up his headshot. We just put up a still image from chapter 1. Trying to keep him secret. And then our story, of course. You can watch the first part. Our goal. The crew. This is key crew. So basically myself, Bruce, and Greg Bennett. There's me. There's Bruce. There's Greg Bennett, our DP. And yes, that is Guillermo del Toro. Or Guillermo del Toro, excuse me. I thought that was a cool image of Greg and Guillermo. So I thought I would add that to his photo. Yeah. And then, of course, the teaser poster. That's the teaser poster. Awesome looking poster as well. Really cool. And then talking about fan films and the impact, more ways to help, all that kind of juicy stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's our breakdown of the campaign. Sweet, to the point, professional, exciting. Hopefully it entices people to get excited because obviously we are very excited. And let me bring myself back up here and bring this back over to here. Oh, wait. Hang on a sec. I got to get you over. Hang on a minute. I got to do this, bring you over. Oh, hang on. I'm losing you. Hang on. Oh, hang on a sec here. What happened? Now it's not. Okay, there we go. It's a little wider than I want it to be. I do this, this should do it. Watching Dave struggle in real time. No, that's not right. Maybe if I do this and I do this, hang on. There we go. And then I just do this, right? Is that it? Why is that? It's kind of screwed up on me. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. All right. Well, nonetheless, I'll figure it out afterwards. I'll just leave it there like that for now. You can kind of see it. I'll bring myself down a little bit too. Yeah, let me refresh. See, we're at 932. Hey, 110, 391. Yes. Wow. Amazing, folks. 110,391, 932 backers. I'm loving it. Let's see who that was. Let's see who that fine human being was. We've got Gina Armstrong. Shout out to Gina Armstrong. Thank you, Gina, who picked up a hoodie. Amazing. They're really nice, too. They're really nice. They're not cheap. They're Fruit of the Loom, so nice quality. And the T-shirts are the same. I've washed my hoodie, I don't know how many times, and had it in the dryer and all that too. And it hasn't faded. So it's good quality. So yeah, you'll be nice and toasty warm for, where are you? You are, I'm not going to say where you are. I just want to say you're, okay. Yeah. I think you're in a state that gets snow. I think anyway, I just wanted to, you'll be toasty this winter. Thank you very much, Gina. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see. We got Edward Nito sends in a very generous super chat. Thank you, Edward. And says, what's the matter with... Oh, it's a quote. What's the matter with this thing? What's with all the chumming and bubbling? You call that a radar screen? No, sir. We call it Mr. Oh, okay. Doing Spaceballs. That's right. What's the matter with this thing? What's all the chumming and bubbling? You call that a radar screen? No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some? I always have coffee when I watch Radar. You know that. Yeah, fuck. Spaceballs is so good. My favorite line in Spaceballs is when is this line or these lines. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. Well, what happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. No, hang on. Damn it, I screwed it up. It's, what the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. Well, what happened to... Fuck, why am I screwing it up? It's been a while. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now. Everything that happens now is happening... Hang on. I'm gonna get it. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. Well, what happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. I'm having a brain fart on it. It's been so long. I used to have it memorized. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now. Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. No, that's not it. I got to look this up. Damn it. I got to look this up. Fuck. I used to have it. Spaceballs. What the hell am I looking at? Okay, there we go. I got to look this up. Damn it. I used to have it. Oh, I used to have it so good. Damn it. Here we go. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. Okay, I got that. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. We're at now. That's it. That's the one I missed, that we're at now. We're at now. We'll go back to then. When? Now. I can't. Why? We missed it. When? Just now. Well, when will then be now? Soon. Yeah, see, I didn't even have to look to, I just needed that extra line I was missing, which was the now. We're at now. Ah, damn it. Anyways, yeah, that's it. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon, very soon. Anyways, I'm screwing it up again, but you know it. That's my favorite. That's my fucking favorite line in that movie. Yeah. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon. Yeah. When will then be now? Soon. Yeah. It's such a good fucking line. So good. It's so good. Yeah. When will be now? Soon. That's right. Yeah. It's so good. I love that. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now. What happened to then? We passed then. When? Just now. Yeah, and that's where I fart right there. When now. Anyways, on with the program. Awoken Nightmare says $9 more to hit 92%. Oh, well, we should be able to do that. We should be able to hit 92%. And we've hit it, ladies and gentlemen. We've hit it. Oh, yes. $110,400. We are on our way to 111, ladies and gentlemen. 92%. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 92%. Holy cow. Let's check to see who this was. Absolutely incredible. We've got Daniel Ackerberger. Daniel Ackerberger donate. Oh, excuse me. Hang on a sec. I think the Gina Armstrong. Oh, no, right, because of where we were, and Daniel Ackerberger donated the $9. Thank you, Daniel. Got us to 110,400. That's what it is, 92%. Amazing, Daniel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Amazing. Awesome. 92%, ladies and gentlemen. We are $600 away from $111,000. By the way, in case people are wondering, because somebody might be, what is it? What is 95%? And by the way, again, we do not have to get to 95% today. We don't have to get 95% today. But for those of you that might be curious, 95%, I believe, is 114,000, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just see here. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's 114,000. It's 114,000 on the nose, would be 95%. But I'm very happy with this. I mean, 92%, 13 days left. Like I said, it's going to change over to 13 days in probably the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. 933 backers. Absolutely incredible. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, here's my trivia question. What are my favorite kills in the comment section of the last stream? Much love, Dave, my man. I have no idea, Chester. I'd have to go back and take a look. And if I cheat and take a look, then I got to go back and take a look. I'm not sure, but I know you got some good kills, man. I know you definitely have some good kills. For sure. Batshit Scary says, late to this, great to see the campaign doing so great, Dave. Yeah, it is. It is, because, like, again, it's crowdfunded. It's from the fans, for the fans. We're not backed by a studio. This is our only means. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I know what some of you might be thinking who are film savvy. Well, that's not true. You could get film grants and all this kind of stuff. And that's true. But there's a lot of rules and regulations around that kind of stuff. And because we don't own the intellectual property, it does hinder us a little bit with certain grants and programs and certain funding resources that we would be able to do no problem if this was a completely original piece that wasn't based on anything else. But when you're doing a fan film that is based on pre-existing material for which you don't own the intellectual property, crowdfunding really is one of the only ways to do it. And so that's why we do it. So to see this level of support and to see where we are with still basically 13 days left is incredible, is amazing. It's not hyperbole to say that it really does give a little bit of relief for myself and Bruce to know that the money is going to be there, the money that we need to, to start making this thing, to really start pre-production, is incredible. Cause like I said, It's Me Billy Chapter 2 is a different beast than Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is a union production. So with that comes all the things you've got to do with the unions. There's a lot of paperwork. There's, contracts. We had contracts for Chapter 1 too, but with Chapter 1 as well, I should say, with Chapter 2, it's a bit different, right? There's a lot of things that we have to deal with. And so it's a different beast. It's a different beast. So to see this level of support just makes our jobs that much easier. It just makes us rest just a little bit easier at night, knowing that wow, it looks like we're going to have the resources to be able to, or the financing, I should say, to be able to start doing this. It really, really helps. And like I said, if the campaign goes into demand, that's great. Now we can add, more perks as we lead up to the actual production. So, it's really cool. It's very humbling. Yeah, it is. I don't, it's incredible. Power Packers 90 sends in $2, says the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the combination, yes. 1, yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ, I have the same combination on my luggage or something like that, right? He says that. Fuck, I love that. I love that movie. I know it's dated now, and if you're not a Star Wars fan, obviously it probably won't hit in the same ways. But I really do love that movie. I think if you're somebody that hasn't really watched Star Wars or you're not a fan of Star Wars and you're watching Spaceballs now for the first time in your life, you're probably going to think it's a dumpster fire. Like, this is just, it's so like cheesy and bad because you don't get the references, right? You know what I mean? Like, to the average person, that dun 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 dun. And obviously that's a take from the Bridge on the River Kwai, but also they're supposed to be, the Jawas. But if you haven't seen the Bridge on the River Kwai and you haven't seen Star Wars, then you don't get the reference. You don't get how silly and ridiculous it really is. But anyway, yeah, it's fun. I love that movie. It's a fun movie. It's fun. The Sound Painter Studio says the worst characters in the Halloween franchise are the two hillbillies in the uncut version of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. They're really forced for the sake of shock value as a way of Michael escaping. Fascinating. I don't know if I've seen the uncut version of Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. I'm not entirely sure if I have. So I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I have, but certainly I'll take your word for it. There's definitely a lot of people in Rob Zombie's films that we could probably point to as issues, people with issues. Have I got all the super chats? I'm not seeing anybody saying that I've missed any. So I just want to make sure. I don't believe I've missed any. Just want to make sure I haven't missed any super chats. Combination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now, sir. It happens now. No, it happened then. We passed then. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon. Yeah. Of course, I skipped over the whole middle part. Yeah, we're at now. That's what it is. When will then be now? Okay, no. I have to try again. What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now. Everything that happens now is happening now. What happened then? We passed then. When? Just now. We're at now. We'll go back to then. When? Now. Now? I can't. Why? We missed it. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. It's that now. It's that now line that I keep forgetting that throws the whole thing off. And as soon as I remember it, then it takes me to the end. You know what I mean? Memorizing lines is like that. Ian David Strain says, will it be 60 minutes for chapter 2? Like the length of the movie? Probably not. It's roughly the same in terms of pages. It's roughly the same length as chapter 1. The script for chapter 1, I believe, was 23 and a half pages, and chapter 2 is 21 and a half or something like that. So now there's a rule of thumb that, a minute a page, right? A 1 page of a screenplay is roughly a minute of screen time. That's an average. That's not a hard, fast rule. But it is, like a 90-page script is a 90-minute movie. Generally speaking, it can work out to be that way. And that's why there's that rule of thumb. But it all depends on, how much action you have on a page. And again, when I say action, I don't just mean like explosions and car chases. I mean, like just from, like, especially when it comes to a horror film, somebody walking around a creepy house. On a page, it could be a paragraph, but in the movie, it adds up to like 2 minutes or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, the oneer in It's Me, Billy, chapter 1. When Sam gets out of bed, she walks down the hall, she stands in front of the window, she's silhouetted. Justine, there's a knock on the door. She walks down the stairs all the way to the front door. Well, I mean, on paper, I think it was like that action written. I'd have to look at the script, but I think it was maybe a paragraph or two. But in the movie, it's nearly 2 minutes, right? Because of the nuances of the performance and, the building of suspense and all that kind of stuff. So it's a rule of thumb, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not a hard, fast rule. So yeah, It's Me, Billy, chapter 1 was 23 and a half pages, but the movie without credits was 38 minutes. I think chapter 2 is going to be about the same. I think it will probably be at least 30 minutes again without credits. Whether it hits 38, I'm not sure, but it's not going to be an hour. No, I'd be surprised if chapter 2 was an hour. I don't think it's going to be an hour, but I do think it's probably going to be comparable to the first movie. Maybe it's a minute or two longer. Maybe it's 5 minutes shorter. I don't know. But it'll be in and around there for sure. Something like that. Josh Lott sends in $5. Thank you, Josh, and says, I can't count the characters in Zombies Halloween 2 because all except Annie are pretty terrible. And Tina gets too much hate. She's better than Barker. Yeah, like I said, earlier in the stream, there is something to be said for that. Tina, I understand what people don't like about Tina, 100% absolutely. But Tina doesn't bother me I would not put Tina on a list, although I talked about her today. I could see myself, her not making a top 5. I think there are 5 characters in the Halloween franchise that are easily far worse than Tina. Easily. Like it's not even a competition. Now, we talk about top 10. I could see her making a top 10. But not necessarily anywhere close to number 1. like she doesn't, I don't think Tina bothers me. I think what bothers me is the death of Rachel, right? And having Tina take over. I think that's what, like, if Rachel was still alive, I don't know if Tina would be seen as, do you know what I mean? Like, I think she was just like a Linda. Like, really, if you think about it, Tina is kind of like a Linda in a way, right? There's similarities in terms of the happy-go-lucky kind of ditzy kind of thing, right? And whereas, like, imagine if Lori had died and Linda had to take over. There may be an argument and we had to live with Linda through the experience. We probably would be like, Linda's one of the worst characters. Do you know what I'm saying? But we don't say that because Lori, because her annoyingness, totally dark, whatever, right? Is overshadowed on purpose, not overshadowed, is complemented by, it's grounded with Lori's performance and her being there. She grounds it. When you don't have somebody to ground that character, they can become annoying really fast. And I think that's why I don't think Tina's really a bad guy. Yes, and there's a few lines that are, she's definitely annoying for sure. But I think it really is because Rachel isn't there. And I think if Rachel had survived, Rachel grounds things, right? She grounds it. She's base camp. Rachel's base camp. And without base camp there, it would be like Lori dying and you've got to fucking watch the rest of Halloween with totally. It probably would have been, at 100%, we would have been like, God. Do you know what I mean? I think there is an argument to be. So yeah, I think I tend to agree with you on that. I think she gets too much hate as one of the worst characters. I don't think she is. I don't think she's a top 5. Now, again, I also don't watch Halloween 5 on a regular basis. So maybe if I start watching it more on a regular basis, she'd annoy the fuck out of me. I have no idea, but fascinating. But she definitely, all the hate that she does get, I do understand why. All right, we're approaching 2 hours here, folks. We're sitting at 935 backers. Ooh, we've gone up a little bit. $110,450. I'm probably going to call the stream in a few moments. We are now, and you can see there, there it is, right? We've gone down to 13 days and we're just past 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 13 days left in the campaign, 110,450 Canadian Billy Bucks, 935 backers, 92%, ladies and gentlemen, 92%. Let's see who that was that stepped up and helped out. We've got 2. We've got Jordan Christie. Jordan Christie just donated $25. Thank you, Jordan. Really appreciate that. And Teresa, the tea is sweet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just donated $25 as well. Thank you so much. Sweet tea, Teresa, really appreciate that. Thank you. 110,450 Canadian Billy Bucks. 92% of our production budget has been raised. 935 backers. 13 days remaining in order for us to get this thing into demand. If we do not meet our goal, because sometimes people ask, what happens if you don't meet your goal? Well, if we don't meet our goal, the campaign does not go into demand, obviously, because we did not reach our goal. We cannot continue to add new perks or raise funds. The campaign officially closes. Even if we're at 119,999, right? The campaign will close. So what we would have to do then is we would have to create another campaign, right? Set whatever the difference is we need, and then launch that. And that's a lot of work. I mean, it's to create another, I mean, obviously we have the blueprint of what to do. We can, carry things over, but it's still a lot of work to do and something we don't want to do. We don't want to have two campaigns. We want to have one campaign that's there. It can exist. That way we can use the same links we've been using as before. We don't have to have new links, you know what I mean, across all the social medias, all the links that are on my socials right now will still take you to this. It's just easier. It's just easier to have it all in one spot. But that can only happen if we get to 100 or 100% of our goal, and Indiegogo awards us the fortune of having the ability to put it into demand. But yeah, if we don't, then obviously we got to kind of start all over. Not start all over by 120,000. We do get what we've raised. So it's important that people know that if we don't meet our goal, we will get whatever we have raised. We would just have to launch and build another campaign to make up the difference. And who wants to do that? Oh my goodness, who wants to do that? I mean, we would do it if we had to, but let's try and not do that, right? All right. Amazing. Yeah, just really happy with this. Really happy with 935 backers, $110,450. Amazing. Jordan Christie sends in a $5 super chat, $4.99. Thank you, buddy. Says, when filming a movie, do you normally shoot the scenes in the order they appear in the script, or do you bounce around depending on factors? Well, I haven't shot too many movies in my life in terms of, professional films. There's only one film that I've shot on a professional level, and that would be It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1. I have shot short films in college, and, there is a short film I shot in 2011 called The Intruder, which was a lot of fun. It's more of a prosumer level. It's not like, studio quality like It's Me, Billy, but it was totally legit. I casted it, I wrote it, directed it, I even shot it. It's on my channel. It's based on the first 20 minutes of When a Stranger Calls. It's from 2011. So if you haven't seen it, type in Dave McCrae, The Intruder. It'll pop up. You'll probably really like it. It's about 20 minutes long. But obviously, I've been to film school. I know a lot about how films are made. And so I do know about the process, even though my experience on the professional level as it relates to film is one movie so far, about to be two movies, which is amazing. I would say that it depends, right? With It's Me, Billy, we were awarded the good fortune of one location. And so I'll give you the cliff notes. It all depends on access to locations, right? So, well, there's a variety of reasons why. Access to locations and logistics and creative vision as well, because Steven Spielberg has famously said that he shot E.T. in chronological order because he was working with children. And because it was such an emotional film, he wanted the children to feel the weight of E.T. actually leaving and going home. And he didn't feel that they were going to understand the nuances of that kind of needing that kind of a performance from a child. If he shot that first, right? So he wanted to get the children emotionally attached to E.T. and the puppet and the puppeteering and the characters and all that kind of stuff, so that when it came time for E.T. to go home, those tears you see are real. Drew Barrymore was really crying, right? And so was Henry Thomas. He was really feeling like they felt the weight of this journey. So whether a film is shot in order or not, a director and a filmmaker can fight for that, fight for it on a creative vision standpoint. Say, hey, listen, I'm working with kids. I want them to feel all the absolutely. Generally speaking, films are not shot in chronological order, and that has to do with access to locations, logistics, all that kind of stuff. So let's say, for example, and money, right? It comes down to money. Let's say, for example, It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1 had 10 locations. It didn't, but let's say it did, right? Well, we knew that throughout the script, there are multiple times we go back to a specific location. Well, instead of, instead of following the script, going to the location, shooting what we need for this scene, then taking everything down, going to another location, and then having to come back to that, like following the script in order. Instead of doing that, why don't we just go to this location, take 3 days, shoot everything that happens at that location all at once? That way we can save money. We don't have to bounce back and forth, because that one location could also be in another country. Right? It could be in another state. It could be another city. So when we go to that location, let's just shoot everything that appears in the movie at that location all at once. We'll take 3 or 4 days. We'll shoot all at once. Now, because you're not following it in chronological order, right? For the actor, they could be at different emotional points for the actor's arc at different times. So it's very important that you have a strong actor and a strong director and a strong team that can communicate that to the actor and work together. Now, listen, we're shooting this part of the movie right now. You're at this emotional place. Now, even though now we're going to jump ahead 30 pages to the climax, and even though we're going to go back and shoot everything that comes before the climax before, I need you to be in climax mode now. Climax mode. Get your mind out of the gutter, folks. I need you to be in that emotional place, right? So, and that can be difficult. Sometimes, depending on who the actor is, depending on how experienced they are, they have to go there. They got to go, okay, even though yesterday I was in this emotional spot, today we're shooting the climax. Even though I haven't shot everything else that leads up to the climax yet, I've got to be in that mind frame. I got to be there. I got to imagine. I got to be there. I got to do that. Oh my God, I got to be 100%, right? That can happen too. But it's easier for the production. It saves time. It saves money to just shoot everything you need at the location, even though that location appears at many different spots throughout the movie. Don't bounce around. If you can afford not to, don't bounce around. Just shoot everything you need there now and get her done. You know what I'm saying? And that way you don't have to fly back out there when you get to page 38. It makes no sense to do that unless a creative vision is fought for, like Spielberg and E.T. He was like, I need my children. The kids are not old enough to understand and to go there to be able to bounce back and forth like that. I think it's going to be easier for the kids to just follow it chronologically so they can follow that emotional journey for them. And sometimes, you know what? Hey, if you can make that work, depending on what you need, some films can, there are films that are shot in chronological order for a variety of reasons. But generally speaking, films are not shot in chronological order for all the reasons that I stated. So it really depends. It really depends. So for It's Me Billy, Chapter 1, the very first thing you see in the movie is the girls on the side of the road, right? That actually was day one. We actually started with day one. We started day one with page 1. But that afternoon, we bounced to the porch scene, right? Well, the porch scene happens after the girls arrive inside the house, but we didn't shoot the girls arriving inside the house until the next day. And the reason we did that is because of logistics. We were fighting the sun and light and scheduling, and there's many different reasons why you choose to shoot certain things on certain days. But it was really easy. It was easier for us to manage that because we were shooting in one location. Do you know what I mean? It would have been a lot harder if we had to bounce around the town or something like that. So there's a variety of reasons why, but it usually comes down to time, money, logistics. It just makes sense to shoot everything we need. Why are we going to tear this down, fly all across, and then have to come back? Let's just shoot everything now, right? You know what I mean? But you better make sure you've got great actors who can understand that, oh, I got to go to this emotional place now because it's later in the story. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, that's how it usually works. All right, let me see. All right, yeah, we're hanging there. 110,450. That's a good spot to end it, I think, here today, folks. We are ending it there. 110,450 Canadian Billy Bucks, 935 backers, and 92% of our budget raised 13 doll hairs. Okay, so it is unlikely I will be around tomorrow, but it's possible I could be around on Monday night. If not Monday night, probably Tuesday night will be the next time. But just a reminder, folks, just a reminder that, again, even on the days that I'm not live, let's keep some money coming in, right? Through donations or perks being picked up, something, just so we never lay a gigantic goose egg. Because if a day goes by where we lay a gigantic goose egg, that's a day we can't get back. And it's very important in the last 13 days now of the campaign that every day counts. And I want to thank all of you who have stepped up on those days where I haven't been here live and have picked up a Blu-ray, donated, $30, whatever the case is. You've stepped up. You've made that happen. Really, really appreciate that. We always want to make sure that that pilot light is still alive. So thank you to everybody. Oh, hang on a sec. Did I miss another super chat? No, I got that one. I don't think I've missed any. But I think I've got them all. Hang on a sec. Let me just go back here and make sure I haven't missed any super chats. We're filming a movie. That's Jordan Christie. Got that one. Got Josh Lott. Yes, I think. Okay, cool. I think I've got that. Okay. All right. And we're sitting at, hang on a sec here. We are sitting at, 110,480. We've gone up. Hang on a sec. 110,480, gone up by $30. Loving it. We've got Matthew Farisi. Matthew Farisi just donated $30. Thank you, Matthew. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. So we're sitting at 110,480. 110,480. Absolutely incredible. Just basically, was it 620? No, 520. 520? I can't do math in my head. Yeah, 520. $520 away from 111,000. $520 away from 111,000. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, of course, to my great moderators, Frank Riker, Tabitha Short, Darren Sands, Chris Baber, Cody Snyder, and Andrew Stevens. Thank you so much for doing what you guys do. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the super chat questions that came in today. Really appreciate that as well. Thank you. And to everybody that donated throughout the stream and who will donate when I'm not live as well. Let's keep it going, folks. We're almost there. 92%, 110,480, 936, 13 days left. I believe we can do it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we can do it. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, because Father's Day is tomorrow, of course. So happy early Father's Day. I hope your Father's Day is fantastic. I will be back. It's always possible I could be back tomorrow, but I don't think I am. I think it's going to be either Monday night or Tuesday night, but we'll see how it goes. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks, and I will talk to you all soon. Alrighty. In the meantime, wait a minute. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. There are my links: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All my links are in the description. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again. That'll do it for me. In the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you soon. Cheers.